All right, what's up, guys? VV back with another video. This time we're going to be talking about black yellow big pirates, Big Mom pirates deck. Someone requested it on in the comment section of one of my other videos. I think it was the Big Mom pirates deck. He said, "What about Black Mom?" I think he called it. And I think he was talking about Black Yellow Mom. So we are going to talk about a list. This is from what is that? March 1st, 2023. So this would have still been the OP-03 meta, which is fine for us over here in the West, right? So this can give us some ideas about what to go if we're trying to go Black Yellow Mom. So Black Yellow Charlotte Linlin, for those who don't know. So let's kind of go straight into it. Let's talk right about it. I also have an example that I want to show of a deck that I'm kind of messing around with the black yellow stuff, because for those who don't know, I run all the black decks. The color black in this game is what I play. So, and when I say that, I mean, yeah, of course I'll run any of the mono black decks like Smoker. I'll even run Sakazuki, guys. I'll run anything if it's black. Whenever the new black Luffy comes out for us over here in the West, ST7 or 8, whatever it is, whenever that comes out, of course I'll be picking that up. And excuse me, and it's like black yellow I'll play black red, black purple, anything with those colors in it, right? And I cannot wait to play black blue and black green in OP-04. Anyway, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. So this is the website I always talk about. This is One Piece Top Decks. Let me see the actual name of it. It's onepiecetopdecks.com. Okay, this is the website I'm always using, and I might start doing the video like this because it's a lot easier to do it like this, but I like to have my own little format. We'll see what happens. Tell me what y'all think in the comment section below if you get a chance. But anyway, again, this is back in March 1st, 2023, but it was in the OP-03 format, so keep that in mind. So this deck, this was a first place deck in a small tournament. It doesn't even list how many players that there was. It was just a standard battle placement at a host called Gaming TK in Malaysia. And this deck is favoring more of the navy aspect of the black cards. If you mix black and yellow, they prefer more of the navy stuff, mixing it in with some of the others, some of the yellow life aspects of it, right? So they're running 1 10-cost Kuzan. They're running 4 Helmeppo. That makes sense, obviously, right? Because it has a trigger to play it straight from your life if you get it from your life. And for those who don't know, let me just go ahead and click on Big Mom here. Big Mom is a 5K leader, of course, with 4 life, because she's a dual color leader that can attack. That's your standard 5K power, 4 life. And then her ability is a little hard to deal with personally, like mentally. And I'm not talking about defending against. You would defend it like you defend any 7K counter or 7K attack. But you're investing a lot to pull this off. It is a Dawn ×2 when attacking and pay 2. So she swings for 7 and you pay 2. So that's a 4 Dawn investment. And notice before the colon, you may trash 1 card from your hand. So in other words, if you want this to resolve, you do have to trash the card. It is part of the cost if you want this to activate, right? If you want this effect to trigger or resolve or however you want to word it. And then it says, if you have 1 or less life cards, one or less cards in your life area, place up to 1 card from the top of your deck at the top of your life area. So 1 or less life cards, so you can have 0. But the point is, gosh, how do I say this? It's like you're setting yourself up to fail, and then, okay, just to use this ability. And this ability costs an arm and a leg. The ability costs 2. And you have to pay, how do you say this? You attach 2 Dawn to Charlotte Linlin, and you pay 2. Just so you can swing and then trash a card from your hand so that you can get a card from the top of your deck into your life area. Oh, man. It's so situational, too. You have to have 1 or less life cards in your life area. I'm just not a fan, guys. I don't like this ability. I think it's asking too much. Because there's a character this reminds me of, this guy named Sakazuki, who has pay 3, KO a character that costs 0 or less, and then discard a card. It's just, I don't know who thinks of I don't know who comes up with these cards and who comes up with the ideas. but this is asking too much, in my personal opinion, for what you're getting, because it's situational and it's asking for all this. So anyway, so now we know what Big Mom does. So when you're building the deck, and when you see the deck, I made a deck as well that I'm going to show on here, my own deck that I'm working on for Black Yellow, and I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it when it comes up. And I haven't done barely any play testing. It's only theory crafting the direction I would take it. So with that in mind, so we got Kuzan 10 cost here. We got Helmeppo as so 1 Kuzan, 4 Helmeppo, 4 Borsalino, 4 Kuzan 4-drop, 4 Tashigi 2K counter, 2 Monkey D. Garp, the 5 cost, 4 Smoker, 4 Tsuru, the 2K counter, 2 Isho, 4 Fukuro, 4 Charlotte Linlin 10 cost, 3 Charlotte Katakuri, the 8 cost, 4 Impact Wave, 4 Yasakani Sacred Jewel. That's really interesting. 1 of the Sky Slicer and 1 Charlotte Linlin 7-drop. This deck seems all over the place personally. And I have to mention very, very briefly, very quickly here, Blue Yellow Queen. One thing that makes Blue Yellow Queen so strong is you never really have a dead turn, even if you play your biggest character. Because even if it plays its Mihawks, and even if it plays its Yamatos, its ability only takes 1 Dawn, right? So you play these 9 cost, you use the remaining Dawn on your leader to activate their ability to generate more life. So it ends up being this very synergistic thing. Whereas a deck like this, or whereas a leader like this, you would have to have 4 Dawn open just to play another character, or just to do something else your turn and still be able to use this ability. And it's just so limiting. And you're going to trash a card from your hand. Like, yeah, you'll technically get the card back when you draw it from your life, right? Like, it's like you're discarding a card now to draw it later. Like, that part kind of makes sense, but it's hard to justify because you can only start activating this when you're at one or less life cards, or 1 or less cards in your life area. Love the Impact Wave, of course. I feel like this card is just unbelievable. If you're not running an OP-04 Dressrosa list, your deck has to run Impact Wave. I love the 10 cost Charlotte Linlin. That card is incredible, but it does leave you vulnerable for 1 turn. Like, yes, you do gain a life from playing it, and you have a 10 cost 12k down, but they might try to Alpha Strike you next turn. They might try to just run you over because she's not a defender. It's one of those situations where you're a little bit vulnerable. Got Fukuro in here, great blocker with Borsalino. A lot of 2K counters, 8 2K counters. I like that. I would prefer more, but 8 is still a very, average, strong number for 2K counters. And this deck seems very top heavy. You're running 2 Isho 8 cost. You're running 1 Kuzan 10 cost. You're running 4 Charlotte Linlin 10 cost, 3 Katakuri 8 cost, and 1 Charlotte Linlin 7 cost. That's brutal, guys. And this Yakasani Sacred Jewel, this is really interesting to me because, like, okay, you may trash card from your hand. That's never fun. But choose up to one of your characters. That character cannot be KO'd during this battle. What really is the tech they're going for here? Like, who is it they're trying to save? Maybe they're trying to protect Garp. They might be trying to protect Garp or Kuzan when you turn him sideways. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really see that. And I wish I knew more about this tournament where I could know how, how really good this list was. The fact they're running 4 of the 3 cost smokers is really strange to me. I would almost, I don't know. I do question that. I do question the decision on running the smoker here. But at the same time, I don't think it's bad or anything. It's just kind of interesting to me. So now I think I'm going to move on to my deck list that I was telling you guys about, just to kind of give you guys an idea. I don't think this is a bad deck. It's clearly constructed very specifically where it has 1 of this card, 1 of this card, 1 of Kuzan. There's clearly a thought process behind what they're doing. It's not just thrown together. But it's one of those decks that I feel like I would have to see being played, right, to really see how it's working. And and just being completely honest with you guys, being totally transparent, I have not play tested a black yellow deck, and I've never even seen someone play a black yellow deck yet because it's still the first season. or it's still the first or second week of us seeing the OP-03 format over here in the West, and it didn't perform well in the East. We didn't see many winnings in the East. I don't know if we saw any. This is the only one I could find, by the way, on the One Piece Top Decks website. And as you can see, I had to go pretty far back just to find it, all the way back to March 1st, 2023. But okay, so I am going to go to, we're going to take a look at the deck list that I would recommend if I were starting to mess with it, with a Big Mom deck like this, a Big Mom Charlotte Linlin deck. So I got to adjust this for the, why is it, hang on, let me actually, I got to adjust my, y'all bear with me for 1 second, guys. I'm gonna make it look a little better for y'all. There we go. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. So this is kind of the list that I'm messing with the idea of. This is not finished. This has not been live tested. It's only been dry flipped, so to speak, through literally doing things like this, where I can just kind of see what's going on. The website that I'm using here, I'll probably try to use a lot in the future, is onepiece-cardgame.dev, and then /builder is where I am right now in the builder part of the website. So just to give you guys an idea on that. Okay, so this is the idea that I would be going for in the deck list, of where we're basically, how do I say this? The biggest card that I want is probably going to be a 6 cost, so that I can use my Charlotte Linlin's ability as much as is possible. Right, let me just blow this up as big as we can here so y'all can read some of the cards. So we'll just go through these. There we go. This is nice and big font for me to read. Hopefully it comes through good with the recording. So in this list, I'm looking at running both of the 3-cost 1K blockers that just lets you play the card right from the life. I want to be very trigger heavy. See, I've got the Helmeppos, and I have everything as a 3 of right now just because I was trying to mess with this deck, like I said. 3 of the Capone Gang Beige. But now this is from OP-04, so the guy probably, to be fair, the guy probably would be running this in his black-yellow Pirates deck, or Big Mom Pirates deck, if it were released. Some of these cards I'm looking at from OP-04. Okay, and this is a promo, this Sanji card in the middle. I don't know when that came out in reference to the other, so it might not have been out yet. But just to read that card real quick, this is a 3-cost 4K power Sanji with a 1K counter that has Dawn ×1 on your turn. While your life area has 2 or less life cards, this character gains plus 2,000 power. So this, in a deck like this is really a 3-cost 7K. You know what I mean? Because you want to get down to that 2 life sweet spot and just go from there. So that way, when you go down to 1 life, you could start gaining your life back with Big Mom's ability, Charlotte Linlin's ability. This is just a 2K counter Sanji, but this is a very good 2K counter, just to be up front with y'all. 2 cost 3K. Same thing with Gang Beige, right? Like, with Beige down here. Very, very solid as 2K counters, or as the trigger in Beige's case, or in the when attacking effect for Sanji. Dawn ×2, when attacking, you may add the top card of the top or bottom card of your life to your hand, so you're drawing that card, and it's replacing the life card. Add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to your life. This is kind of like the Monkey D. Garp 2-cost, where it's like, it's a really good 2K counter, but it also can be played in certain situations, probably. And I'm running the Bartolomeo in here, so that's 9 2K counters right there. Just in this first part. Let me see if I run any others. I do like my 2K counters. I was also messing with this Queen Mama Chanter, because this has Activate Main. Rest this stage. You may add 1 card from the top or bottom of your life area to your hand, so you're drawing a card, and then place up to 1 of your characters with a cost of 3 on top of the owner's life area face up. So my idea would have been to, play one of these 3 drops like Helmeppo or something, right? And after you swing with Helmeppo, he's a sitting duck, right? After he's gotten his when attacking, give up to 1 of your opponent's characters -2 to their cost, that whole effect. After you've swung with him, he is dead meat, right? But if you're running a card like Queen Mom Chanter here, maybe you can now, instead of letting him die there, just draw a card from your life and put him on the top of your of your life area. You know, it just seems interesting. I had the Ju shot in here. I'm still questioning that. I've got Kaido in here, the 4 cost 5k Kaido, 1k counter. While you have 2 cards or less in your life area, this character cannot be KO'd in battle. That's probably going to get cut, to be completely honest with you. It was just something I was messing with. I've got the 4 cost Sanji in here since it is OP-04. And just an immediate fix to the deck would be just removing these 2 Kaidos and just throwing them in the Sanji spot. 4 Sabos, because like I said, this is the OP-04 version of the deck. I didn't make an OP-03 version, I'm not going to lie. But if I were to make one, the only OP-04 cards I would have to mess with is this 2k counter. So I would just divvy up his, like, yeah, we'll just do it right now. 2k counter, 2k counter, and then we'll throw in another one of these these are more 3 costs, by the way, that would go with the Big Mom Chanter. What is it called? The Big Mom Chanter event. And, you know, with Sakazuki and Sabo in a deck like this, you could just pitch these later, you know. But again, since we're not doing the OP-04 stuff, I would have to remove... I'd have to remove a bunch of the stuff back here. I'm not going to mess with all of it right now, but you guys kind of get the idea. I mean, I could. I don't know. We'll do it real quick. Got rid of 4 cards there. We'll just go up all the cards we were 4 ofs. Get rid of this guy. We're at 4 Sakazukis already. Don't need this, or won't be able to have access to that. And then that puts us at how many cards? So we just need 8 more cards. So, and I would also get rid of this. So for the 10, so now we have room for 10 more cards. We could literally just type in. Let me just type in Navy real quick. And you could throw in whatever you want to from here, to be completely honest. Go up to 4 impact waves. You know, I just noticed we don't have that in here. Got to sort this by cost. There we go. Okay. Oh, and then I got rid of Navy. That's funny. Sorry, guys. There we go. Just for those who are interested, you might as well do this, you know. And I just noticed we don't have Surus in here. I would go 4 Surus because we got rid of the Bartolomeos, right? That's a big aspect of what we would be missing. So we want the 2k counters back. We got 4 2k counters here. Oh, Bartolomeo we do still have in. So we would also need Tashigi or a yellow 2k counter of your choice, you know. Oh, wait, is Sanji? Let me see something real quick. I got to blow it up just so I could see what set he's from. OP-03. Yeah, so you'd be able to run this Sanji still. That's good. So there's our 8 2k counters. I prefer to have more than that, but just for now, we'll leave it at that. We were looking for the event. So there's our, 4 impact waves. We're at 44 now. It's going to be hard to play impact wave in a deck like this because you want to use Charlotte Linlin's ability. And that's also, remember, that's why I'm running the deck so low in cost, right? We got 6 spots open. For something like this, I would actually probably go up 2 Tashigis for the 2k counters. And I would run some, where is he, Smoker, as a 4 of, maybe, I guess. Yeah, something along those lines. And it never hurts to add Kuzan or Isho into a deck. It's just, that's when I feel like it starts to lack synergy with a deck like this. Because like I said, you want, okay, everyone probably already knows this. Not that you'll be able to, but you always want to use your leader's ability, right? Because that's generating card value. You're doing an effect for free, quote unquote, because it's on your leader's ability that character never goes away. Well, excuse me, not that character. Your leader never goes away, right? So that's kind of the idea behind this. And, you want to have, I feel like if you want to make a Charlotte Linlin deck that's really strong. Oh, by the way, I kind of do want to drop out the Smokers, and the only 10 drop that I would actually run would be Big Mom. Let me go down to the bottom here. Sorry, guys. Yeah, that's probably how I would do it now that I think about it, because, and I would even probably go down to Queen Mama's chamber after that. See, you see how it can be. We'll leave it as is. But anyway, this would be like a good start to the deck that I'd be trying to make, because in a deck like this, you don't just want the cards that go to the top of your deck to be duds. You want some triggers. So you want it to be a Helmeppo. You want it to be you would really want it to be one of these blockers, right? Getting a free blocker You know, that can win you a game sometimes, guys. Of course, Impact Wave as a trigger is just incredible. But I would actually want to work in, and you know, Queen Mama Chanter has a trigger as well, which is nice if you didn't already have it in your opener, you know. But yeah, I think this would just be an interesting direction for it. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. We'll probably revisit this because I would like to mess around with the Black Yellow Mom Charlotte Linlin deck sooner rather than later. And now that we're in OP-03 in the West, you know, playing something like this is not out of the question for me. Trying to mess around with this and see what's going on. Maybe try to get some, you know, try to catch some people off guard, right? And another option, by the way, is to go, like, you see how there's 26 Navy cards in here. Could go brand new. That's an option. But at the same time, and I think I do have a Linlin Navy deck. Let me see. I got a bunch of decks on here. Lin, Navy, Lin. Yeah, see, I got a bunch of decks on here I want to share at some point. A bunch of GARP decks. Isho. Let's see what else. Rebecca. Sakazuki. I always have this dream of making Sakazuki work, but it's almost impossible. And then Zeph, I call this one Teabag Control because it was where was it? Hang on, we got to look at this one real quick. Because it ran Thunder Bagua, like Teabag for short, Teabagua. So I called it Zephyr Teabag for short. But that's a list we might check out later. Nothing too special there. Let's look at the Linlin Navy deck. This is the other one that I was working on. So again, the same idea where I'm trying to build as low cost as possible. I've got the Charlotte Brûlés, but this one's running 2 brand news and 3 puddings for some searcher power. And it's running 25 Navy and 20 Big Mom Pirates for our searchers to hit stuff with. But this deck is by no means finished. You're seeing an absolute rough draft. You know, like I'm just trying to get some ideas. But yeah, I think there's a few different ways you can run the Charlotte Linlin Big Mom Pirates deck. Well, the black yellow version of it. I think Daifuku could be a really good card the way it draws. It's like the Sanji card, right, where you're drawing from your life, but then you're replacing your life, so you're not losing the life. You got Kuzans in this deck. I tried to get as much card draw as I could, even running Great Eruptions to help lower cost and draw cards, cycle through my deck. Yeah, just some ideas, guys. This is just some ideas, but we're definitely... It would be amazing to see a black-yellow deck emerge in the West, you know, that did not pop out in the East, just because, you know, that's just... One way to do really well in a tournament is to play a deck that no one knows what you're playing, right? So you catch them off guard, number one. And number two, you might stumble across something that's actually just really strong. Even though it doesn't look strong on paper, it might actually be really strong. So, right, guys, hope you guys enjoyed. I'm just kind of rambling at this point. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Please share your thoughts. What direction do you think the black-yellow deck should go? And yeah, maybe what deck you want to see next. You know, if we want to start looking at some of the decks that I got in the works, you know, I definitely want to look at the Zephyr decks and whatnot. You know, we'll but all in time, guys. All in due time. We got plenty of content heading going forward. So we just gotta wait for the time to post it all. You know, one at a time. All right, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed, and thanks for stopping by as always. Until next time, peace.